If you're familiar with the Chevy Nova, you'll know that it had quite the shelf life back in the 70s and 80s. Well, this young man is the guy to talk to reminisce about it. Meet Bobby Powers.
Hi.
He runs this Chevy Nova that's right behind us right now, so he's going to talk to us about it and its features. It's great to meet you, Bobby. How are you today?
I'm fine. It's a beautiful day, beautiful cars, beautiful people, and it's so nice to be here today with you.
Thank you so much. Tell me about this Nova.
This here is a 69 Nova that I can remember when I was a kid. My uncle had the same car, same year, 69, and he used to race them when I was a little kid. And when I got older, I actually got into the cars, and I bought this car in Arizona. I got this car, a 69 Nova, and I brought it back to Iowa, and I had it done just the way it's done in the factory that came out of the factory in 1969. And it's rally green, it's white bench seats, a 396 motor. The car is only 2,200 pounds, and the car has got a 396 motor in it, and the car goes. And I had it done the same way that it came out of the factory, and I love it. With all these beautiful cars here and people, they got beautiful cars too. And that's why I got into the cars, because to meet people and to meet other people with cars, because we grew up with them when we were younger, and we look at them and say, oh, I know a person that had that, and that's the way I am. So I got this car because I remember when I was a little kid, and that's why I got it. 69 Nova SS 396.
It's interesting that you mentioned 1969, because that was a very surreal year for everyone in not just Staten Island, but the entire city of New York and the country. What can you remember the most about that year that you still take with you to this day?
Well, the 69, it was Vietnam War, which all the veterans that went to Vietnam, and that was, I think, to me, one of the worst wars that we could have had when I was growing up. And my brother went to Vietnam. Couldn't take two of us, so they took my brother to go to Vietnam, and his name was Ed Bowers. And that's another reason why I got a 69, because a lot of things happened in that year, Edwin 69. So, but it was a good year for a car though. Any like Camaro 69, Camaro 69 Nova, any Chevy 69, great year. And a lot of things happened in that year. That's why I got that, Edwin, that car.
How often do you take this for a spin?
I take it out every time it's nice. I go with my parents, I drive it, you know, and it's really nice. You get looks from all over, you get stopped, you meet so many people, and it's so nice. And it's hard to keep, but it's really nice.
What's the best compliment you ever got about this car?
The color. The color with the white, it makes it pop. And that's the best compliment I got. With the green, it's a factory color, it's rally green, and the white interior made it pop. This is exactly the way it was when it came out of the factory. And I fell in love with it.
You and I had talked beforehand that you like to attend quite a few car shows. For those who've never attended one before, why should they start now?
Well, you know what? It gets you out of the house. You remember the cars when you were younger, and you meet a lot of people, nice people that you may have run into people that you know even. And it's so nice because it keeps your mind busy, it keeps you active, and what I said to Edwin is that it keeps your mind busy, and that's one of the best things too. Because it's nice, and all these beautiful other cars that are here, everybody gets together and we have so much fun. Keeps your mind busy, keeps you active, and if you have nothing to do, get a car and you'll have fun.
What's your greatest memory about driving this car?
Well, when I was a kid, I never forgot it. I was 13 years old. And like I said, I met my uncle, and he raced the same year, 69. He raced it at Englishtown. I never forgot the look of the car. And when I was a young kid, when I grew up, this is the car that I wanted. And he's the one that actually put me into cars.
For those young consumers out there who might be looking for their first car, why should they choose American over foreign?
Well, I think the Ford and the Chevy, I mean, you can't beat it. I know the foreign cars are out there and they're nice also, but you can't beat American muscle. I don't care what they say, the Ford, the Corvettes, the Chevy, all the old cars, you can't beat the American muscle. And I think that's the way it is to me. Foreign cars are nice, but I like the American muscle. That's me.
How do you feel the car, the current car of any model has changed from 50 years ago?
Oh, from steel to plastic. That's the only way I can explain it. They don't make a car like they did years ago, you know, and you never beat these cars. These cars will last forever, but it's too expensive, I know, for them to make cars like this. But a lot of people, when they retire, the best thing to do, get an old car. American muscle.
Bobby,
Yes.
excellent job.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you so much, too, people. And you meet so many people, and it's so nice, and it's a great hobby. And Edwin, I thank you so much.
And I thank you so much for taking time out to speak to us about your car. Continued success and good luck to you.
Thanks, Edwin. You too, Edwin. Thanks. What a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you so much. If you're a fan of the Ford Mustang like I am, you will definitely want to talk to this guy. This is Robert, and he's going to tell you about this beauty right here. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Very good, very good. You can't beat it today. Beautiful out. What a turnout. We're just loving it, me and my pops.
And we should probably mention this is actually Robert Bowers Jr., as Robert Bowers Sr. is the one that owns the Chevy Nova. It's really interesting. You like to keep American cars in the family. Why?
Well, you got to get the name, out there. And we always had a Chevy, and always had a Ford. So you got to keep it in the family.
Tell me more about this Mustang.
This is a 2015. It's ruby red. It's got 13,000 miles on it. The car was Harley driven, garage kept, and it's a dream to drive.
This car has really stood the test of time. It's come in so many body types and sizes. Of all of the Mustangs that have been produced by Ford, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the older model or do you prefer this new one over here?
You know what? The older models, I have to say, are awesome too. But you can't beat the technology. Like, you can go right to the shore right now, air conditioned. You have everything right there. So like, you have the old and then you got the new technology. So you can't beat it.
As far as miles per hour, how quick does it go?
Oh, this is probably a 12-second stop car at the quarter mile. And the speedometer says 160. I never hit that yet, but that's what it says. So, I mean, she'll go every bit of that.
Is there any kind of precaution that one should take with a Mustang when they hit the roads? Because these have a reputation for being really, really exotic and really fast. But what should people look out for?
Just be careful with the traction control, because when they take the traction control, they lose control of the vehicle. But in the rain, be careful in the rain with these, because they're all over the road. In the rain and the snow and all the weather, you have to be, there's a time and place for everything. So you have to treat the vehicle like you're driving nice. And you know, if you want to get on the highway, just give it a little gas and just be careful. That's all I can say.
Tell me about the time that you first fell in love with cars.
Wow. Had to be 11 years old. Me and my dad would be at a car show, and then I just fell in love with them. So it's like, and I'm 36 now. So it's like, it's just going to keep going to my son.
Why is this particular show important for the Staten Island community?
Well, look at the people. Look how many people around, like, with the show. And all the stores, all the business, like this, there's nothing like it. And the money that people are going to get with the business. So Staten Island, actually, the people from Jersey will come to these shows. Once you get more shows in Staten Island, the people from Jersey and everywhere will come back and go to these shows, like everywhere else.
If you had any advice for anybody that was looking to get a Mustang, should they get the older traditional model or should they get the newer model?
My preference, I'd get the new one, because like you have air conditioning, you don't have to worry about nothing. You can take this, turn the key and go. That's what I say.
It's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Continued success. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
For those who remember the Dodge Charger, the first thing that they probably think of is the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. Well, the Charger has evolved in the last 50 some odd years, and this young man is fortunate to call himself the owner of one. Meet Alfred. He owns, if I'm not mistaken, the 2010s era Charger, correct?
2009 Dodge Charger RT.
It's great to meet you. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for having me.
Well, this marks the 10-year anniversary of this type of Charger. Tell me more about this car.
My grandfather was New York City Police Department, and he worked in PSA 2 housing. And when he retired after 34 years on the job, he really liked the way that the highway cops had the Dodge Chargers when they were running up and down the Belt Parkway and whatnot. So he wanted one just like it. He waited about 2 years before he found the one that fit his style. So he bought this, and he had it outfitted with the lights, the sirens. He wanted the 5.7 Hemi. He got the chrome rims on it. So he was very excited when he got the car. He passed away 2 years ago. So my grandmother was trying to figure out what to do with the car, and I wanted to keep it in the family, so I bought it off my grandmother. And I was fortunate enough to meet up with the New York City Mopar Club in July at a different car show, and I became a member of their club. There's 30 plus members in it. Almost all of them are retired New York City police officers. So I'm excited that I get to come out and show support for the police department. I get to show the car off. Hopefully I'm making my grandfather proud. And yeah, we have a great time whenever we're out. 30 plus members, so it's a lot of fun.
For those who may not be familiar with the club, remind us once again of its name and origins.
Sure. It's the New York City Mopar Club. We have a Facebook page, and it was started about 10 years ago. So we're going on our 10-year anniversary this year as well. There's 30 plus members that come out to show support at any given time for all the different car shows. Always looking for new members to come out, help us support the police department, and also try and get more people active in the car community. So,
in the event that one wanted to join, what do they have to do?
You can go on Facebook and you can look for NYC Mopar Club. And if you search that in, you should find it. There's a big cover photo with a black banner that's actually on the Jeep behind me. And it's a black banner that says New York City Mopar Club. And you just go there, you could hit add, you could message some of the administrators on the club and just tell them why you want to join, and yeah, that's about it. So,
tell me about the time you first discovered cars.
I first discovered cars with my other grandfather, probably when I was about 3 or 4, which we actually have another Mopar, 1968 Chrysler Newport. And my father and him bought that. My grandfather got my father into cars. My father got me into cars. And now we own about 4 or 5 cars amongst the two of us. So, yeah. So we're big car guys.
Do you know any more about the particulars of this Charger? As far as mileage per hour and AM/FM radio or any of the other parts to the car?
Oh, sure. I mean, it has XM. It's a 5.7 liter with 5-speed automatic behind it. It has factory air conditioning, obviously.
You know, one thing that I know about Dodge Chargers and other sports cars in general is that the driver always loves to have the need for speed.
Yes.
What can you caution potential drivers about getting behind the wheel of this Charger?
If you're going to get into a car that has a lot of horsepower or anything that makes power, you want to be responsible on the streets. You don't want to overspeed. You don't want to break the laws. I mean, there are plenty of places that you could go that you could do that legally. You can go to drag strips. You can go to racetracks. So if you're going to own a car, be responsible about it, because you're not only making yourself look bad and getting yourself in trouble and endangering the lives of others, but you're making the whole car community kind of look bad too, because people then see other cars, and instead of being intrigued by them and wanting to join a club or maybe get a car themselves, they may be dissuaded and they think lesser of them.
Is there a hope that the Mopar Club has for themselves and for the entire car community? And if so, what would that be?
We just want to make sure that everybody respects the police department. We go out, we show support at benefits and fundraisers as much as we can. And they just want to see people get into the car community, come out, have a good time. And hopefully we grow as a club. We love new members, and we just like to talk to other people about cars. Enjoy ourselves.
It's really nice meeting you.
It was nice to meet you too. Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
And thank you so much for your time and effort. And also, thanks to your grandfather for all of the service that he did for our city.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Our dear friend Lewis, who represents both Two Guys Rides and the New York City Motor Club, joins us here on Dorp Lane, the corner of Dorp and Clausen Street, to be exact.
Yeah.
It's really nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm great. Look at how else can I be? Look at this. Great time.
What made you decide to be here today?
We're part of a club, and we all come every year to support the cause and support everything here because we're from the community also. And we all love cars, food, people, so it's perfect. And the weather is, look, fantastic.
Tell me about the day you first discovered cars.
When I was 4.
Do you remember the first car that you ever took a ride in?
A ride in, yes. My grandfather's 75 Chevy Caprice Classic.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you have a car of your own?
Yes, sir. Right there. Chevy Monte Carlo 77.
Interesting. Tell me more about the Monte Carlo.
The Monte Carlo, the 77 I have here, I had when I was younger. I had 2, 75 and a 77. And was always my dream to get the car again. It was very hard to find it because of rust and over the years. So finally, I found one. I restored it a little bit. And now she's here today.
What advice do you have for owners of classic cars like those as far as how to take care of them?
Well, you have to restore them either fully or not fully. Some are survivors, some are restored fully, some are resto mods. It's according to what you want to do with your car. So you could do anything you want, but I just left my car stock and restored it to stock, which means you put everything stock, original equipment, back on the car.
It's great chatting with you.
Pleasure.
Thank you
very
so much for your time. Continued success and good luck to you.
Thank you. God bless.
This car show has become so big, even celebrities are attending. We've got famous YouTubers, Chris and Lisa, here in the house. It's great to see you guys. Great meeting you also. How are you today?
Awesome. So great to be here today, and we're just so happy that this event takes place right in our hometown of Staten Island. It's awesome. And Chris loves the cars, right, Chris?
I love the cars, Lisa. Absolutely amazing. Staten Island has so many wonderful things to offer, especially this car show.
Tell me about all of the memories that you have from your early days growing up here.
Well, Chris and I both have family that live out here, and let me tell you, going back in the day, Staten Island was always the best place. We played manhunt, there were woods, there were great things, and we just enjoyed every minute of living out here. Staten Island is awesome.
Staten Island to me is number one. The memories that we share, like Lisa said, are in our heart. Great people, great places, and just a wonderful place to live.
Like I say, it's small town America. It's beautiful. The people stick together. We're a great community, and it's times like this that you really see everybody coming out and enjoying and just living it up.
Would you consider yourselves fans of cars? And if so, what would be your favorite kind of car?
Well, I'm definitely a fan of
We
cars.
love cars.
I love
Woo.
cars. I love Cadillacs. I love Lincolns.
definitely.
I love everything American made. I think they're the most classiest cars ever, and they're well built, baby. I'm an American girl, so I love it.
And I like the vintage old-fashioned cars. Cadillacs, Corvettes, Mustangs. I love them all.
And you know, you could throw in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
Whoa, Lisa, you're right. Definitely.
You know,
I'll take a Ferrari any day.
That's, you know, Italian made, so that's even a good
That's
one
right.
too. A great
That's
one,
right.
I should say.
Do each of you remember the very first car that you drove and owned?
Oh, my very first car was a Caprice Classic, a Chevy four-door blue Caprice Classic. And let me tell you, that car, very well built, amazing ride. It was great.
My first car was a Monte Carlo, but I love my IROC Z.
Oh, yeah.
Custom. That car was amazing.
Candy apple red.
Yeah, trying to put in a lot of car shows and won a lot of prizes. You know, I wish I had that today, Lisa.
I know. Well, you never know. Never say never.
Now you've brought your show, so to speak, to the more mainstream type of media, which is TV, because you're now on CTV.
Yes.
What made you decide to go that route?
Well, you know what? We were producing so many great videos and things that we actually just felt that we have to put it out there. And everyone at CTV is wonderful. Ed, Rosemary, big shout outs to everyone there.
Big shout out.
And we love it there. It's just amazing that we're able to bring whatever we do now to Staten Island through CTV. It's a great company, great organization, and we're very proud to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Our videos are positive in the things that we do. We portray Staten Island as it is, a wonderful place to live. So this is another way of getting into everyone's home and showing the positivity of our beautiful island. And CTV, thank you so much.
Amazing, and we are. We're so thrilled that we're able to do this. The show is great. We're getting great feedback from it.
A lot of feedback.
Everyone's watching, and just keep staying tuned because the best is yet to come. We have a lot more things coming, so can't
Definitely.
wait.
Thank you to all of our fans.
For those who may not have seen the show yet, what is the best way to describe what you do?
Well, the best way to describe what we both do is show positivity, no negativity. Everything that we post, our videos, all positive, bringing our love to all of you, our adventures, and we love our fans. So we want you to be positive also.
You're part of our family. You know, it's like what we do, we want you to share in, and we want to put that out there because what you see is what you get with us. And you know what? To be able to bring that to you guys, it's all about the love. It's all about the joy.
All about the love.
Let's enjoy life together. That's what we were created for. So.
I like that, Lisa. Let's enjoy life together.
You have quite the viewership on your YouTube channel.
Thank
You've
you.
broken 6 figures in viewers. What do you have to say to all of the fans who not only subscribe but also check out your show?
Always say thank you for supporting us. Keep telling everyone how positive our show is. And it's you, our fans, who make our show #1.
And we can't thank you enough. We appreciate the positive feedback, the viewership, the comments. It's just amazing. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, and God bless all of our fans.
Guys, it's great to meet you formally. Great to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with the show on CTV. Thank you so much for your time. Continued success and good luck to you folks.
All right.
Thank
And
you
God
so
bless
much.
you. You're doing a terrific job,
Yes,
by the way.
you're doing an amazing
Excellent
job
interviewer.
also.
Thank you
Great
so much.
journalist. We
Fantastic.
Thank you. God bless you.
We need more people like you
Yes.
at CTV.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi everybody, this is Joe Pedoriano here, live from the beautiful, original, amazing New Dorp Lane in Staten Island, New York. You know, as a young businessman, I'm finishing up my CPA this year at Pace University. I'm 21 years old, going out to 22 in business, and you know, it's great to be young in business. At the same time, there are a lot of challenges that are posed to you. But thank God I built a lot of strong credibility thanks to wonderful clients who gave me the opportunity to take their businesses to the next level. That's what makes my business unique. And my youth and my energy will help your business out even further. Thank you so much.
Our dear friend Nicole Maliatakis, the Staten Island Assembly person, was kind enough to be here for the car show and take time out to speak to us. It's good to see you again. How are you?
Good. Great to be here. Great to be here.
So, what things do you have coming up on the agenda?
For today, it's walking up and down Dorp Lane, seeing these beautiful cars and saying hello to everyone. And that's what this event is about. We want to get people out on Dorp Lane to see our local businesses, to shop, to dine at our local restaurants. And it's a great turnout today. And so we're very excited about it.
What made you decide to be here for the car show today, aside from greeting the people?
Well, look, it's a big event that's in my district. I'm very proud to not only represent Dorp Lane, but also to be a graduate of Dorp High School right up the street. So I'm seeing a lot of people that I, either went to school with, or I've known their families for many years, or constituents that we helped after Hurricane Sandy. And so it's just a good opportunity for me to come and speak to my constituents, learn what issues they care about, see what their concerns are, and just have a good time in general. I think it's a great crowd today. It's a beautiful day, and we have a large turnout from people all over Staten Island.
Why is it important for everyone to be here today?
Well, I think it's just one additional great event that Staten Island is offering for the community. For us, the idea behind this, and this was a sort of a brainchild of Councilman Steve Matteo and the New Dorp Business Improvement District. And the idea here is to get people to frequent Dorp Lane, to enjoy some of our amazing restaurants that we have here. I mean, Taste of India on Dorp Lane is one of my favorite. I'm going to be back here later to have dinner there. Nice. But you have, Brioso, and you have just La Strada, and so many different other places to hang out and enjoy. And that's one of the reasons why I love my district, is because I have amazing restaurants in my district. I can eat anywhere in the world in the small area that I represent in the New York State Assembly. And I think people that are here today are seeing that. We have a lot of shops, a lot of stores, a lot of sales, and that's good. We want people to come to Dorp Lane and support our local small businesses.
One of the most underrated cars that has withstood the test of time is the Chevrolet Impala. And this young man, Mario Parenti, is going to tell us about his Impala. It's really nice to meet you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing so well. So, you're the owner of this Chevy Impala. How long have you had it, and how did you come across it?
I bought it 6 years ago from a gentleman that was in Brooklyn. He was the druggist on 18th Avenue. Guy's name was Mike. He was advertising the car, and we came to a deal, and I bought it.
How often do you drive the car?
Sometimes, not for months. I keep it in the garage. I take it to the shows occasionally. And that's about it. I take my grandkids for a ride once in a while. They enjoy it.
Tell us about some of the features of this car, ranging from the type of motor that it has to the type of gasoline that it uses.
Well, the engine is a 283. The transmission is a 350 automatic. The car is a full boat, they call. It has power windows, power seats, power steering, power brakes, which is rare features in that year vehicle.
Each time that you've used it, have you been really happy with the way that it runs?
I'm very happy with it.
Very good. For those who may not be familiar with the Chevy Impala, that particular car goes back roughly 50 years, almost 60 years. What can people who may want to be looking at a particular car look for in something like this?
Well, it's difficult to find. This is all original. Everything you see in it is the original factory equipment in the vehicle. And like I said, it's very difficult to find a car like this. This is a rare find. It originally came from Colorado. Yes.
How was the car able to make it here to Staten Island from Colorado?
Well, I don't know, because there was a previous owner that I bought it from. So I don't know if it was transported by truck. I don't think it was driven here. I think it might have been transported by truck, the car carrier.
Interesting. Have you brought this car over here to the New Dorp Auto Show last year?
No, I wasn't aware of it last year, but I have been at a few other car shows this year and last year.
How do they compare to the one here?
The others? Well, this was absolutely unbelievable. The amount of cars and the amount of people that were walking around and looking at all the vehicles. It was unbelievable.
Tell me about how you take care of the car. You tell me that you don't drive it for months. What do you do in order to keep it fresh?
Believe it or not, it's kept in the garage. I take it out every once in a while just to start it, let it run in the driveway, and check all the fluids and make sure everything is good, and put it back in the garage.
Had you always considered yourself a car lover?
Yes, well, I am a mechanic by trade. I own a repair shop in Brooklyn.
Nice.
And repair automobile repairs and a body shop.
I've seen quite a few classic cars being driven on the streets lately. What can you recommend to classic car owners where they can best know to take care of their car?
Well, if someone is an amateur with auto repairs and stuff, they should be careful and make sure that they take good care of, especially antifreeze, motor oil, transmission oil. They should always keep up on that.
Sir, thank you so much. Great job with the car. It's a beautiful car. Thank you so much for your time. Continued success and good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.